Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Legal World. Myself Dr. Seema Goyal. Today in this video I will discuss about the central bank. Central bank as well as its functions and distinguish between the central bank as well as commercial banks. If we talk about the central bank occupies an important position in the banking structure of the country, and central bank supervises, controls and regulates the activities of the commercial banks affiliated to it. And it is the highest monetary institution in the country that is charged with the duties and responsibilities of the formulation of the monetary policy. Thus, the main function of the central bank is to control the credit. And the business of the central bank is different from the commercial banks. And the central bank controls all the commercial banks' activities in such a way to promote the general banking policy in the state. According to Samuelson, a central bank is a bank of bankers, and it is the duty to control the monetary base, and through the control of this high-powered money, to control the community's supply of money. So the central bank is the apex bank and monetary institution whose main function is to control stabilize the banking and monetary system of the country, and it's in the national interest. If we talk about the need for the central bank, need for a central bank institution in the country for the certain reasons. That is, first is the control of credit. Need for the central bank arises to the exercise the control of credit in the country. But that is control of credit by the commercial banks in the country. And these functions can be definitely performed by the central bank. Second one is issue of paper currency. Note issued by the central bank is strictly on the economic basis and satisfy the requirement of the elasticity. Third one is to provide the economic help to the commercial banks. A central bank is also required to help the commercial banks to tide over the commercial crisis. In the absence of central bank, the central banks are likely to fail due to financial crisis in the economy. Fourth one is implementation of the government's monetary policy. Since the central bank exercises the full control over the banking system of the country, so the central banks is in the position to implement successfully the monetary and the financial policies of the government. We talk about the functions of the central bank, that is also same as the Reserve Bank of India. Because the Reserve Bank of India is also one of the central bank. Functions of the central bank, first function of the central bank, that is issue of paper currency. Second one is that acts as a banker, agent and advisor of the government. Third one is custodian of the cash reserve of the commercial banks. Fourth one is custodian of the nation's reserve of the international or foreign currencies and gold. Fifth one is lender of last resort. And central bank gives short-term economic loans, short-term accommodations to the commercial bank, mostly by discounting their eligible base. Next one is, a central bank is the custodian of cash reserve of the commercial banks, and it can easily be assumed the function of acting as a clearing house or the settlement bank for the other banks in the country. So it strengthens the banking system in the country. Next one is control of the credit. Control of the credit is also one of the main functions of the central bank. And the next one is modern central bank is an institution which is responsible for not only the maintenance of the economic stability, it is also performing the variety of developmental as well as promotional functions, as I have told in the earlier videos. So main function of the central bank, that is to support the gradual expansion and proliferation or spread of the commercial banks policies, saving bank, cooperative banks, etc. And for the purpose of meeting the requirements of the economic development of the country. If we talk about the distinction between the central bank as well as the commercial banks, first difference is central bank is the apex bank of the country and it exercises the control over the entire banking system of the country. While on the other hand, commercial bank is only the constituent unit, that is banking system. On the other hand, commercial bank is only constituent unit of the banking system. Second difference between the central bank and the commercial bank, that is the commercial bank is normally owned by the state, while the commercial bank generally private owned institution. Third difference is the central bank is not only profit hunting institution. So the profit is the secondary objective of the central bank, while the primary objective of the central bank is to stimulate the economic growth of the country by providing the economic stability. While the profit earning is the primary objective of the commercial banks, thus, they are prepared to invest their funds even in the risky enterprises for the sake of earning profit. Next difference between these two, that is the central bank does not deal directly with the public, while the commercial bank deals directly with the general public. So the central bank is not only the banker of the government, it is also the banker of the bank. Thus, it can't undertake the functions normally performed by the commercial banks. The central bank does not compete with the commercial banks. The central bank has special relations with the commercial banks affiliated with it. And the central bank is given the statutory power to exercise the check on the activities of the commercial banks. And the central bank is possessing the monopoly on the note issue. While on the other hand, this right is no longer enjoyed by the commercial banks. And the next difference between these two, that is the central bank is the custodian of the foreign exchange reserve in the country, while the commercial bank do not deal in the foreign exchange reserve. So the commercial banks are neither custodian of the foreign exchange reserve, nor they are responsible to the maintenance of the stability in the foreign exchange rates. Next one is the central bank acts as a banker to the government, so it accepts deposits on the behalf of the government, also gives short-term loans to it. While on the other hand, commercial banks acts as a banker to the general public, and they accept not only deposits from their customers but also extend loans and advances to them. And the next one difference, that is central bank also functions as the banker's bank, and the central bank is acting as the lender to the last resort and grant credit to the commercial banks in the times of emergency and by discounting their commercial bills. While on the other hand, the central bank, that is the apex institution which controls and regulates the monetary and banking system in the country, while no such functions are performed by the commercial bank. This was all about the difference between the central bank as well as the commercial bank. That is generally asked in the exams, which is asked for 10 marks or 20 marks, and that is one of the most important questions for the examination point of view. And if you have any doubt, then you must put down in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel for the further update. Thank you.